And welcome to the lap guide here for the Sim Lab Production Car Challenge in the Mazda MX-5 for week number 7 here at Coach Dave Academy. I am William Chadwick, going to be taking you through this lap guide at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Club, I think is the correct name, in the Ryanair MX-5, and we're going to go through a quick little schedule of just having the just a kind of an order of having the hot lap next, and then we'll go through the lap guide a little bit in some detail, talk about some key points, key driving characteristics of the car to make you a little bit faster this week and to have even more fun.
New fastest lap for you.
Hello, you've just watched the hot lap. I hope it wasn't too terrible. And you're going to watch the lap guide here now. I'm going to go over a few little points for this wonderful little circuit in this wonderful little car. General points on the car. Sliding is very easy and cold tyres are very hard. However, sliding is not really optimal. It doesn't affect your tyre life too much, but the general lap time, while sliding, you are losing quite a bit of time. Now, we'll talk about a section which is particularly prone to sliding, which if you avoid it, you'll gain a little bit of time. So we're going to start our lap here near the Honda board. The line's quite early on after the last corner. We're going to head into turn number 1. Now, I kind of use the 100 board as my turning point and also my braking point. So we turn in at 100, really, really close to the grass here. So we've got as good a run through the corner as possible. Power really early. This curb, you can straddle it, you can get on it. There's no real issue with running it in terms of legality of the lap or anything like that. And I feel like it allows you to get a really, really good run through the first corner. Then into turn number 2, a pretty long kind of hairpin corner, but still pretty high speed for this car. It's not too slow, not like a Long Beach hairpin. Attack the brake quite hard into the braking zone. We don't need to be cautious like we are in the pickup where we build the pressure up. You will see I'm fighting the wheel a little bit because the car's kind of just dancing and you're kind of just balancing it on the edge as much as possible as we nose the car in. That is on a more aggressive setup that we tend to run here at Coach Dave Academy that me and Mikhail make every week, and you can go and have a look at that on the website if you're interested. Yeah, so down into this corner, nice and tight on the exit, and kind of tight for the entirety of the corner. It's not really a double apex, although you do end up crowning out a little bit in the middle, but not really. It's more of a constant apex, and then making sure that we really flat for that final exit and just getting out on the curb using all the track available. Down this straight, I tend to use a bit of an inside line, just try and trim as little distance as possible. Just gains us that couple hundredths of a second, which can be the difference between pole and second, and no one likes qualifying second, and they could have been on pole. Down into the next corner, turn number 3, maybe 4, I don't know what the track map says, but third proper corner. Braking just after the 300. As you can see, you won't see it in the cockpit. So you kind of see it as you pass the 300, you hit on the brakes. Again, dancing it in, you can carry plenty of speed through here. I'm going to stay on board because through here, if you start to slide, especially on the exit here, it can cost you a lot of time. So making sure we're not sliding through this corner, getting it in, it's just not sliding through, and it just gains us so much time. And we'll watch that from the chase camera once again. Curb usage around here, the curbs are big, but they're not terrible in terms of running them, so you can use them. I would advise at slower speed, like these types of curbs, if you're going to get a wheel on those, you're going to start the car's going to pitch on you, and it'll be quite hard to control. However, when you're at have a higher speed and a bit less of more of a shallow angle, you're more than capable to run those and trim your line a little bit shorter. The yellow ones and exits are very runnable. I just basically treat those as an extension of the track. So kind of a compromised middle-ish line on the exit here, so we're nice and across for the next corner. Use the brakes, use this kind of setup where it's going to pitch in really quite aggressively to get the turn in, get a nice exit without sliding. Plenty of this yellow curb just to shorten our distance, and again with the red curb here, just again shortening the distance, allowing us to just pick up a little bit of time. Into turn number whatever, 6 or something, I'm not sure, 7 maybe. Again, another one where you're kind of just using that brake, letting the car pitch in, almost turn itself. Apex, full throttle. Always getting onto the power early in this car, always allowing it to dance out to the outside and carry a lot of speed. The car does not have a lot of power, so carrying the speed is super important. Into this final little section, we're nice and close to the wall, just using this extra bit of tarmac to open up the next corner. I don't think this was optimal on my lap. I think you could have carried a little bit more speed, certainly by looking at that, but we do want to make sure we're not carrying too much speed to the point of where you're compromising your entry here into the very weird final corner, which you kind of take as a middle of the road type of thing until you see the curb. You're going to clip that curb and get a nice exit, making sure not to run this bit of grass here, because if you clip that bit of grass, you get an off track, and that's suboptimal, especially for race runs and even more so in qualifying. Final corner's not really much of a corner, just trim it nice and close, don't turn the steering wheel too much and scrub too much speed across the line, and you've set a decent lap time here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, it says. Well, that is it for the lap guide here for week number 7 in the Mazda MX-5 here in the SimLab Production Car Challenge for Coach Dave Academy. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video. It's down there somewhere. Subscribe if you're not already. You should be. You really should be subscribed. Please subscribe. And make sure to check out all of the links in the Discord links in the description, the website links in the description. Again, remember just the general characteristics of the car for the lap. Just kind of balance it. Don't slide it too much on the exits, and just get a nice kind of feeling for how the car pitches in on the brakes and smooth, carrying a lot of speed. It'll just absolutely aid your lap time fantastically. We will be back. We've got plenty of other lap guides by other fantastic drivers. I also do the Porsche Cup one. Feel free to watch it. And until next week, goodbye.